First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS, FM 101.1, AM 1160. And indeed, we have begun a new program this year. It's called the Indiana County Teacher of the Month. And in the studio with me this morning, so pleased to have Courtney Scherf, a high school art and photography teacher, Blairsville High School. And she's got her two kids with her. That's perfect. I'm glad that they're with you here today. I'm just going to push this microphone a little closer to you. Like so. And Josh, are you going Facebook Live with this? This is live right now on Facebook, so folks can see her with her two children here in the studio this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's so good to have you with us. You know, I was reading what was written about you in the nomination, and wow, you make quite an impression on your students. It's just amazing. She says, Mrs. Scherf is an absolutely amazing teacher, loved and respected by all the students at Blairsville High School. But here's the thing that gets me. It says her classroom is a place of peace, comfort, and creativity. When you're an art teacher, I don't think there's probably any higher compliment than that, is there?
I know, and those words were very, they were so kind, and so that compliment was just so unexpected that it really meant the world to me to hear that type of feedback.
Yeah, and to be able to juggle two children on your lap at one time as you're doing this interview is an even bigger accomplishment. It's amazing. What are your kids' names?
This is Graham.
Hi, Graham.
He's 4, and this is Alexis, and she's 2.
Hi, Alexis. And Graham's got a field trip today?
He does. He goes to Zion Preschool, and we're going on a little field trip to the Sue Hewitt Dance Studio. Oh, good. Wonderful, wonderful. You'll enjoy that, Graham, I'm sure. Teaching art in this day and age, I don't know that it can be much different than it was back when I was in art class back in my high school days. But you tell me, compare it to when you were growing up and you had art teachers in high school. Is it all that different? Actually, I went to Indiana High School, and that's where I get a lot of my motivation and strive to be like what I had, my experience with what I had there, because it was such a place that I could go and be creative and express myself in a way that I couldn't do in other classes. Mm-hmm. And it was just a nice kind of reprieve in the day. And I try to offer that to all of my students. And I try to be a positive 40 minutes of their day. Yeah.
I'm guessing that every teacher who's a good teacher has a teacher who inspired them. Who was that for you?
I had Mr. Stiles in high school, and that's one that really,
That's the one, huh?
Yeah.
That's the one. Well, they set a tone. They set a tone. And that's what you're doing for your students as well. And that's interesting because school is such a stressful time. And kids are going through kid issues, teenage issues. And an art class is something that is really going to allow them to vent their creativity in such a way that is really going to be a benefit for them in every part of their lives.
I agree. It's very important for them to have that space where they feel comfortable and can have that outlet.
Yeah. What is it about art that attracted you? And what is it that art can do in the life of a young child today, or a student who's advanced into their teen years?
I think it's a way for them to realize that there's not always one right answer to everything. That there's multiple ways to do something. And when you do a project, if you practice and rehearse that technique, that you're going to get better and better, and you're going to kind of impress yourself with what you're capable of. And sometimes people have no idea that they have any ability at all. And then others, it's just a nice way to express how they're feeling without having to write a paper about it, but just in a visual or creative way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like it's just a wonderful outlet for them, and you get a chance to see the creativity come out. Give me an idea of what the kids in your classes are working on right now.
My one class, we did the Empty Bowls fundraiser, which is a nice way to tie into the community.
That was just earlier this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were, so they threw bowls on the pottery wheel, and we glazed them and donated them. And they actually were able to participate in the event yesterday as well. Mm-hmm. And it was great for them to see how we can give back to the community through my class.
Yeah.
Some of my other classes, like photography, right now we are playing with different settings, but I have kind of an idea of maybe doing some senior portraits at the end of the semester and maybe offering something like that to some of our kids. Or, I don't know, I'm always trying to find ways to give back to our school or to the community through my classes.
And when you discover a unique talent or two, a student who really has got some special abilities, I would imagine that's quite the thrill for you, but what do you do with that? How do you help them to develop it?
I really encourage them to build a portfolio that is diverse and well-rounded and really can show how they are talented in multiple ways and multiple mediums. But I also try to find ways in which they can showcase their work. An example is the Heritage Conference just had an art show for the first time at the KCAC during the Heritage basketball games. So that was a nice way to just display some work that wouldn't otherwise get seen by a lot of people in the public.
Brag a little bit about your Blairsville kids. They're pretty good, huh?
I love working at Blairsville. I really do. And the kids there are really special. And it doesn't feel like a job when you go to work and you work with a group that has a really good rapport with you, and it's fun too.
Yeah, and you're also the National Honor Society advisor?
Yes.
Yeah, so you get to work with the best and brightest in another avenue.
It is nice to see them in another context as well, and we do a lot of events throughout the year. This year we had in our Pink Out event in October, we had 13 girls donate hair to Locks of Love, which was incredible. So, and the event started out, we were just anticipating a couple, but it was one of those things that just roller coastered, and everybody had tears in their eyes because everybody came up and was donating. Even teachers came up to donate hair that day, and it was a really special day.
Wow. Well, our viewers on Facebook Live have just been amazed, I'm sure, that you are not only an amazing teacher, but you're also a jungle gym, as they've been crawling all over you here today. And I want to thank you for coming in, and congratulations on being named our February Teacher of the Month.
Thank you so much. It truly is such an honor.
Courtney Scherf is an art teacher and photography teacher at Blairsville High School. And if you would like to nominate someone for Teacher of the Month, it's very easy to do. Just go to WCCSradio.com, and you'll find a banner right there. Click on it, fill in the information, and who knows, it might not be so long before your favorite teacher is named Teacher of the Month as well.